Hi, I'm Kermit the Alien, and you're watching Roomba. Welcome all of the random viewers and my fellow Alien Nation in this new Roomba video. As you might know, I love Scooba 450s, and my new mission is to save as much of them as I can. So welcome to the new series of Fixing Scooba 450s. In this video, I'm going to be saving two trashed Scooba 450s, both with the same issue. After turning them on, if they don't get the missing tank error, the pump starts working but nothing happens. I bought them both from the same seller. One is an earlier model, which was displayed in a store, that's why it has the stickers. The other one is a later model labeled as 459, as it features the newer software. I also got one dry dock with them, which works, but is dirty, so I'm going to be taking this apart as well. Starting with the later model, it is very dirty and has some dried silicone stains, which makes me wonder how it even happened. Was someone using the Scooba to clean their new finished floors before they were dry? To begin with the disassembly procedure, I removed the tank, brush module, and front bottom comes off in two pieces. The thicker plastic top part where the battery sits, and the thinner plastic part that holds the brush module. Both can be removed independently. Only the top part has a latch under the bumper that you have to pull out. First, I removed the wheel drying exhaust pipes, then the pump module, which is the problem child here. Next comes the brush motor, the vacuum, tank release button and speaker. The bumper is glued together, but the springs can be removed. To remove the main circuit board, I needed to pop off the decorative plate, remove the handle, which was an absolute pain, and lastly unscrew the screws on top. I gently removed all the connectors, the board itself which was screwed in, as well as the metal and plastic protective layers. After I removed all the parts that could be removed without causing any harm to the chassis, as some wires are glued in and are not damaged in any way, so they don't need to be removed, suddenly the whole rubber protector came off. It looks like the previous owner used hot glue to stick it back on, which of course failed, because hot glue does not stick well to smooth plastic surfaces. All the plastic parts with soap and water and the electronic parts with isopropyl alcohol. I used a syringe to clean all the internal tubing that was covered in dried waxing floor solution. That was the red flag for me. And just as I thought, both of the robots got damaged because the owner thought he knew better than the instruction manual. Thus, he used floor cleaner that is absolutely not compatible with Scoobas. The solution that the previous owner used contains wax, which tends to stick to all the internal tubing, tank connectors, and clog everything, or even damage the electronics by blocking them. The entire chassis, along with the vacuum motor, was cleaned only with isopropyl alcohol. When it comes to the pump, the problem was the tube, which due to internal clogging from the wax, got disconnected. I accessed the gearbox and re-grease it, then after unclogging everything and cleaning it, I put the module back together. The front caster wheel can be easily taken apart, and it needs to be cleaned from all the stuck debris that stops it from spinning freely. Now the brush motor, I took it apart, re-greased the gearbox, cleaned the debris off and put it back together. Same goes for the wheels, only that I took off the tires and cleaned them with soap and water, since they were covered with dried stains and other debris. Now that the cleaning process is complete, I sprayed the handle and faceplate with clear resin-based spray to remove the scratches and re-gloss it. As always, reassembly is just the disassembly but reversed. This Scooba was serviced before and had screws in the wrong places that were screwed in too hard, which caused the threads to crack. I re-glued them with superglue and screwed in the screws properly this time. The rubber that came off the bumper I stuck back on using strong double-sided tape, since I know this will actually hold it well, unlike hot glue. And it works! I made a warranty sticker for it, so I will know if the new owner did stuff he shouldn't inside, as this robot was sold. I put the handle back in as well as the faceplate and moved on to the dry dock. The dock is very easy to take apart, as it is two big pieces of plastic held together with some screws. Inside it is also really simple, only the charging contacts need to be unscrewed, the PCB was plastic soldered in place. I used some wire cutters to carefully get it out. The dock was in working order, so there was nothing to fix. After cleaning the parts, I put it back together. The dock is now used to charge and dry my Scooba. Now, the second 450, this one was more of a pain in the butt, you will see why. Before I took it apart, I removed the stickers and kept them on a piece of paper, since the new owner didn't want them on the robot and I wanted to keep them as a historical piece. This Scooba was kind of in a weird shape. Nothing was cracked in it, but it was dirtier in some places than the other one, but on the inside it was sort of cleaner. On this model, I took off the plastic decorative piece of the bumper since it was scratched. Then, along with the faceplate, IR sensor and handle, sprayed it with clear matte and gloss spray, depending on the piece. The pump module on this model had its tubing detached on both sides, unlike the previous one which only had one. Some water from the pump got inside the robot and oxidized one wheel attachment. To remove it, I used isopropyl alcohol both on the connector and the slot. After checking the motherboard works, I put a warranty sticker on one of the screws so I will know if someone tampered with it, if it ever gets returned. After reassembly, I test ran it and nothing happened. The Scooba stood in place, only this time actually pumping out water and creating a huge puddle. Turns out the water sensor was clogged with wax and did not sense the water. I used a syringe and pumped clean water through it multiple times until no debris was coming out of it. Note that this is the port where only clean water should be pumped through. Once again, the wax ruined it. Thankfully, after that quick fix, the Scooba ran perfectly. I was very afraid that I might not save this model, as the sensor is glued in permanently, but thankfully, it works. Before selling it, I replaced the tank seals with new ones, as the old ones were weirdly discolored and looked disgusting. And we're done! Two trashed Scoobas are now both working like new. They are both sold and I hope the new owners will actually provide proper care and a good home for them. I will keep finding and fixing more 450s, so this definitely isn't a one-off video on this channel. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and consider subscribing, so you will never miss more epic robo content and will help the Alien Nation grow. Kermit the Alien signing out, peace.